Hello, Dr. McPherson. My name is Jared Long, and I'm part of Group 3. For our company and country, we chose to do Apple Incorporation out of Ireland. There's a couple things I'm going to talk about today. Those are business-related communication patterns, business customs, negotiations, and the decision-making process in Ireland. I'm hoping that this information will help anybody who's traveling overseas to Ireland to better understand the culture and how to adapt over there and be successful in a business setting. A couple key points is that the Irish place a high emphasis on a well-crafted message, and they dislike people that are loud and tend to brag about themselves. That's a big no-no in the culture. Humble is definitely the best way to go, and if you want to talk about something, it's best to present it in small clips of your success as opposed to rambling on straight about an entire message. That's a big turn-off to the Irish people. Politeness is important. It's very important over there, sometimes even more important than the truth. So it's definitely important to be very polite and make sure you don't offend anybody in a meeting. Because the Irish are so polite and place such a high value on it, it sometimes makes it difficult for them to say no. So you have to know some of the things, like if you hear, if before somebody agrees, they're silent, like a moment of silence before an agreement, that sometimes can imply a no, so it's important to be aware of that. And the Irish overall tend to avoid conflicts. They value a sense of humor and proper manners, so just being polite and bringing some humor to the table and just being laid back is definitely the best way to conduct yourself in a meeting. Some business customs over in Ireland are, the Irish tend to be less formal and friendlier than most people. They handshake at the beginning and ends of meetings, just like people in the U.S. Business cards are exchanged after the initial introduction, if you have a business card to exchange. It's really important to smile. That always goes a long ways and really puts people at ease and helps them to feel comfortable. And meetings are usually arranged for two reasons. One reason is a meeting can be arranged to inform employees about a past decision that was made, and they can also be held to provide feedback and input on matters throughout the company. Normally the meetings, whatever type they are, whether formal or informal, it's usually a relaxed atmosphere, and everybody's normally in a good mood, calm and collected. And great amounts of discussion take place during the meetings, and they expect everybody to participate. So if you're at a meeting over in Ireland, definitely be ready to put your 2 cents in and contribute to the meeting. A little bit about negotiations and how they handle them. The Irish place a high emphasis on personal relationships and development, so it's very important to really be friendly and develop trust and spend some time with the Irish people you're hoping to make a negotiation with into things. Being trusted is sometimes even more important than the actual negotiation itself. And the best technique is not to use pressure during a negotiation over in Ireland, but the best way is to be calm, polite, and show commitment to the company and that you're in it for the long run. And finally, a little bit about how they make decisions over there. There's two approaches to decision making in Ireland. They can employ a hierarchical approach where one person at the top of the company is responsible for the major decisions. It's normally the quickest way to go, but not always the best sometimes because it lacks feedback and input from the other employees. The second approach is to help make decisions. This is slower but sometimes more effective because you get everybody's feedback and input about the meeting. And regardless of the type of decision-making process that occurs, it's always important to get the approval of the highest ranked person because they always help to push the final product through and help get things done. And that wraps up my part of the presentation.